If you were worried about not getting a sufficient amount of calories today, we are going to make sure that you're all set. We have with us Chef John Slattery from Pabst Bar and Grill. What's happening, my friend?
Well, happy Mardi Gras to you.
I am loving the getup.
Fantastic to be here today.
Good to see you. Thanks so much for doing this. Yeah, there we go. I know.
All right.
I can't really see very well either.
King cake
yes.
is a tradition in New Orleans, specifically used for Mardi Gras. It was originally for like Epiphany, but that's in January, but somehow it got moved on to being part of Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Now, the thing about the king cake is it's really just cinnamon roll.
So
it's the recipe you'll find online for the complete recipe how to make it. It's really making a cinnamon roll. It's how you prepare the cinnamon roll that turns it into the king cake.
And you said it takes about 4 hours.
It takes about 4 hours because there's a 2-hour process where the dough has to rise, and then you make it, and then it has to rise again.
So this is it before it's finished, what we're looking at right now.
That is it after it's baked and before it's been glazed.
Fantastic.
It does look fantastic.
Andrea, my wife, helped me make these last night so we could have them all perfect for us this morning. So I'm going to go over kind of the highlights of the recipe that are important. So you guys are mixing the icing that we'll be using to finish the cake.
Yes.
So when you make this recipe, it's a yeast. The cinnamon roll is a yeast-risen dough.
Okay.
So you have to follow the recipe, and you add sugar and water and warm it to a specific temperature and add the yeast. The yeast needs to bloom. It takes about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes ago, I set the yeast up, and now you can see that there's this foamy top on top of the yeast, and that means that the yeast is ready to do its thing. They're alive and moving and all that great stuff.
So
Active
cool.
culture.
And in this pot here, we have our cream and our butter.
Okay.
We're going to add those two together.
If I were feeling particularly lazy, could I get a cinnamon roll mix and put it in a...
You could. You could also buy a packaged crescent dough, possibly sheets, and do the same thing.
Okay.
And so you could skip all this time-consuming process.
I like that.
However, we're showing how to do it the right way.
Exactly.
Anyway.
No, this is the right way. This is the way everybody should do it.
But you can definitely save that shortcut.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to make it on my own.
Into that, we add the flour 1 cup at a time.
Okay.
And it'll come together and form a sticky dough.
Now, what we're working on over here is the icing. Is that right?
You're working on the icing, the final product.
Which is pretty much just
together.
sugar and the sugar in the process?
It is confectioner sugar.
Okay.
And a little bit of heavy cream, a touch of cream of tartar to make the white stay white and the colors stay bright, and then just mix together like that.
Easy enough. Look at that.
So you can see the dough's coming together here, and it'll come into a solid bowl.
Okay. And then how do we integrate my favorite part, the cinnamon and the sugar?
Right. So once this comes into a ball, we will put it aside. It's going to come clumpy, and then 2 hours later, it's going to double in size.
Okay.
We're going to take the ball of dough that's double in size and cut it in half. We're then going to take the ball of dough, and we're going to move that for 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
So I can explain
We're
the
not
important part.
Do that.
So anyway, so we have our half ball of dough, and we're going to roll it out with our rolling pin.
Gotcha.
And then roll it out till it's about yay big.
Okay.
Okay. That's on me. Sorry about that.
So we're going to roll this out, and once it's all rolled out, we're going to spread the cinnamon sugar mixture, which is cinnamon sugar and butter.
Okay.
And we're going to spread that onto the rolled out dough, and then simply roll the dough up.
Gotcha.
Oh,
This is how same way you make cinnamon buns. Once it's rolled up like this, you would cut the cinnamon buns and place them in the pan.
If you were to make cinnamon
For king cake, we just take the roll and spin it around like so.
And put some slaps
Makes a roll.
like we have over
and then
there.
it takes about another hour to double in size once again, and then we put the slits in it and bake it in the oven. And voila.
There's one tradition that I never understood because you don't want choking hazards in your food, but the tradition is that they put a baby in here.
Yeah, so it's important to read the recipe all the way through, because it does talk about putting a plastic baby in, and you would think maybe that it gets baked inside. But when the cake is done cooking, traditionally in Louisiana, they'll lift it up and they'll take a hard plastic baby and they'll stuff it inside one little spot. Now, when they serve, and then they glaze the cake up like we have over there. Now, when they serve the cake, whoever gets the piece with the baby in it has to throw the next party.
I like that.
So that's the secret behind it. We didn't want anybody to choke, so we cheated. And we have our final product over here, and I use these sour children flavored candies and place them inside somewhere within the cake.
Okay.
And
I
so
like that.
whoever gets the gooey spot of sour blue throws the next party.
And it doesn't come with a trip to an emergency room because you've eaten a plastic baby.
So here we've got some green. You guys can just have fun and start decorating the top. We'll do the white and the green.
Okay,
so
you go first with the white. Lauren, you do it up.
Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everyone. In celebration of Mardi Gras, we are immersing ourselves in the full Fat Tuesday spirit.
We're
now,
going full Mardi Gras.
we made king cake. First, we made king cake. Now we're going to be making a cocktail to go right along with
Ruining
it.
this whole set. This is Chef John Slattery, who helped to manage the set, along with our studio producer Denise. Pabst Bar and Grill.
Westfield, at the
Westfield.
airport.
All right. Shall we make up a hurricane?
Hurricane. So we're gonna one up the hurricane. We're gonna make an X-rated hurricane.
Okay, and keep in mind, just a morning show. So.
Well, it's orange flavored and passion fruit, so it's kind of morning-y, like mimosas and all the other great
Now,
stuff.
where did the name Hurricane come from for this cocktail?
Well, it came from the drink was kind of invented, I guess, at the New York World's Fair in the early part of the century, and these glasses just became popular at that time, shaped like a hurricane lantern.
Oh.
So literally, this was a drink that was poured in these glasses originally, and it just stuck.
Wait, a hurricane lantern?
Yes.
Because those are the things when the
The shape of them makes it so the wind doesn't blow them out, and you handle with
that
the
makes
handle
a
on top.
tremendous
Also-
amount of sense.
On Mardi Gras, well, actually, all the time, they have the giant
Okay,
ones.
so
too.
down in Louisiana, you can drink on the street. You can take a drink from the bar and go on the street, but you can't take a glass.
Really?
So in Louisiana, all those silly plastic cups, they're
Yeah.
huge, or disposable cups. You won't see it served in a real glass pretty much down there because people are running around crazy with plastic.
yeah.
neat.
You know what?
Glass is illegal on the street, booze is okay. So, hey.
What a world. What a world. So how do we construct this drink?
All right, so it's really simple. It's a lot of rum and some fruit juices. So we're going to fill up our hurricane glasses with some nice ice cubes here.
And that's one of the things about Mardi Gras. It's just in Fat Tuesday generally. Just it's quick and
Celebrate.
dirty. You know what I mean?
Quick and dirty.
Yeah.
A good time.
Making some hurricanes, having a good time.
Beads and all that, throwing them in the streets and...
Never been to New Orleans.
Me
Me
either.
either.
One of these days.
None of us.
Wow.
No.
But we're pretending like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Coming
good
up
time.
later on the show, Annie
Our trip
Little
to New
Rich,
Orleans?
who's making, if only, she's making chicory coffee. She's been, and there's a picture of her there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so we filled our hurricane glasses with
Okay.
ice cubes. Now we've got our shaker with some ice in it as well. And the recipe is very simple. It's 1 part dark rum.
Okay. And by
One part-
part, you're saying equal portions of.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, equal portions of.
So the portion can be anything.
Correct,
You just want
because
them
how big
equal.
is the glass we're making, I guess, So
Yeah.
It's New Orleans, they're having a party, things are going to get a little out of hand.
Yeah.
So this is a one and done drink for someone like me.
Very
Just have
possibly.
one and bye-bye.
Sometimes they even put in overproof. They'll put a third rum in, and they'll put overproof rum in. So the funny thing about this cocktail being all rum is in the 1940s there was a guy that owned a bar down there, and in Louisiana, being very close to the South, rum was a major import item. There was so much rum due to the liquor companies that he was kind of pressured to buy a lot of rum. So then he came up with using this cocktail to get rid of as much rum as possible.
That's a
as quick as
great
possible.
idea.
Yeah.
Genius, man.
So we've got the 2 kinds of rum in there, and then we add the fruit juices. Now,
Okay.
the recipe calls for passion fruit juice. There is, on the market, there is a orange and passion fruit flavored liqueur, and we're going to use that
Might
in
as well
place.
just keep that party going.
And that's the X-rated. That's what's going to make this an X-rated
I get you.
drink.
Okay. So it's family
So we're
friendly.
going to put half a part of the
adult
pomegranate
friendly.
juice,
Adult friendly. All right.
and
color,
then a little
too.
splash of grenadine, and then some OJ. And that's the cocktail.
That's it.
And then we shake it.
It's
shake
like a
it,
rum
shake it,
punch,
like that song.
right?
Shake, shake, shake. Oh, yeah.
This is good. I'm feeling Mardi Gras spirit,
And then we just, here we go.
You have earned beads.
right? Look at that.
Oh.
It's a beautiful color too. It's tough to see because of the
of the colored
glasses.
glass,
Yeah.
but
that's absolutely fantastic, John. Nice work.
thank you so much. I'm going to make another one so we can salute a little later,
You know
and it'll
what?
be fantastic.
Feel free to make as many as you want. If you want to get this recipe,
Mass
go to
appeal.
our website, mymassappeal.com.